You wake up. You check your bank account. The number staring back at you feels like a prison sentence. You tell yourself, maybe next month, maybe next year, maybe never. But here's the truth nobody wants to admit. Your bank account is a reflection of your mindset, not your circumstances. Today, we're breaking down the invisible mental barriers that keep 99% of people trapped in financial mediocrity, while the 1% build empires. This isn't about privilege. This isn't about luck. This is about how you think. Let's rewire your brain for wealth. Poor thinking says, I can't afford it. Wealthy thinking asks, how can I afford it? See the difference? One is a statement, a dead end. The other is a question, an invitation to problem solve. When most people see a price tag, they immediately calculate whether their current bank balance can handle it. That's scarcity thinking. You're operating from what you have, not what you could create. The 1% operate differently. They ask, what value would this bring? How could this investment pay for itself? What opportunities would this unlock? Here's a real example. A struggling entrepreneur sees a $2,000 course and thinks, I can't afford that. A wealth-minded person sees the same course and thinks, if this teaches me to close one extra client per month at $5,000, it pays for itself in 2 weeks. Your assignment. For the next week, every time you catch yourself saying, I can't afford it, stop. Rephrase it as a question. How could I afford this? Even if you don't buy it, you're training your brain to seek solutions instead of accepting limitations. Poor thinking says, I'll do it myself to save money. Wealthy thinking says, what's my time worth? This is the trap that keeps people broke forever. They'll spend 4 hours researching how to fix their own plumbing to save $200. Meanwhile, those 4 hours could have been spent building their business, creating content, or developing skills that generate thousands. The 1% understand this equation ruthlessly. They value their time at a specific rate, and they protect it like gold. If a task costs less than their hourly rate to outsource, they delegate it immediately. Let me give you hard numbers. If you want to earn $100,000 per year, you need to value your time at roughly $50 per hour. That means anything you can hire someone else to do for less than $50 per hour is costing you money when you do it yourself. Cutting your own grass for 2 hours? That's $100 you just lost. Editing your own videos for 5 hours? That's $250 gone. Driving across town to save $20 on groceries? You just paid $80 for the privilege. The 1% principle. Your job is to increase the value of your time, not to fill your time with low-value tasks. Ask yourself, is what I'm doing right now moving me toward wealth, or am I just staying busy to feel productive? Poor thinking sees expenses. Wealthy thinking sees investments. Every dollar you control is either working for you or against you. There is no neutral. When someone with a poor mindset gets $1,000, they think about what they can buy. A new TV, a weekend trip, clothes. These are expenses, money leaving their life forever. When someone with a wealthy mindset gets $1,000, they think about what they can build. An online course that teaches a valuable skill. Marketing budget for their business. Stock in a growing company. These are investments. Money that multiplies. Here's the critical distinction. Expenses make you feel good today. Investments make you wealthy tomorrow. Now, I'm not saying never enjoy your money, but the 1% follow a simple rule. Invest first, spend second. They pay themselves first by investing in assets that generate returns, and they spend only what's left after their wealth building is handled. The average person does it backwards. They spend first, save whatever's left, usually nothing. and wonder why they're always broke. The mindset shift: before any purchase, ask yourself, is this an expense or an investment? If it's an expense, can you afford it after you've invested in yourself? If the answer is no, you can't afford it yet. Poor thinking says, what if I fail? Wealthy thinking says, what if I succeed? Fear of failure is the single biggest dream killer on the planet. It's why talented people stay in jobs they hate. It's why brilliant ideas die in people's heads. It's why potential remains just that, potential. The 1% have a radically different relationship with failure. They see it as tuition. Every failure is a lesson you paid for with time or money, and lessons are what build expertise. Jeff Bezos didn't build Amazon by playing it safe. Elon Musk risked everything on SpaceX and Tesla when everyone said he'd fail. Sarah Blakely launched Spanx with $5,000 in savings and got rejected by every manufacturer. The difference? They asked, what if this works? Instead of, what if this doesn't? Here's the brutal truth. You're going to fail anyway. If you stay in your comfort zone, you'll fail at the life you could have lived. If you take the risk, at worst you'll learn something valuable. At best, you'll build something extraordinary. The 1% formula: fail fast, fail forward, fail often, but never fail to try. Poor thinking wants instant gratification. Wealthy thinking practices delayed gratification. This is the marshmallow test on steroids. Can you sacrifice pleasure today for abundance tomorrow? Most people can't. They finance cars they can't afford. They buy designer clothes on credit cards. They prioritize looking wealthy over becoming wealthy. The 1% do the opposite. They drive older cars while building businesses. They rent modest apartments while accumulating assets. They delay consumption to accelerate wealth creation. Warren Buffett, one of the richest people on earth, still lives in the same house he bought in 1958 for $31,500. Why? Because he understands that every dollar spent on lifestyle inflation is a dollar that can't compound into millions. The choice: you can look rich now and be poor forever, or look average now and build real wealth for your future. Here's what I need you to understand. Thinking poor is a choice. It's not about where you started. It's about where you're going. You can't control your past. You can't control the economy. You can't control your parents' bank account. But you can control your mindset. And your mindset controls everything else. Stop thinking poor. Start thinking wealthy. Not tomorrow. Not next month. Right now. The 1% aren't smarter than you. They're not luckier than you. They just think differently than you. Now it's your turn. Choose your mindset. Choose your future.